Alright, so this is going to be my review of Ghost Rider Unchained. This is the first volume of Ben Percy's Ghost Rider run. Ben Percy has been doing X-Force as well as Wolverine. And then now he's doing his Ghost Rider run, which is funny. I'm starting now just to read the Ghost Rider volumes from Ben Percy when he's very close now to doing Final Vengeance and bringing in a new Ghost Rider. Funny how that works. Anyway, so let's get... this is, again, another comic that was sent to me by my good friend Chris, a.k.a. the Mount Vernon Kid. Chris, thank you once again. And, yeah, I had so much faith in this book because I had skimmed through it and saw what was in there, and I was like, oh, man, this is going to be cool. I had so much faith, I bought the second and third volume myself, and I'm probably going to get the next volume, technically volume 3.1, which is the Ghost Rider Wolverine events, Weapons of Vengeance. Anyway, what is Ben Percy's Ghost Rider all about? So this comic completely forgets about, as far as to my knowledge, at least in this volume, they do not bring up Ed Breeson's Ghost Rider run where Johnny Blaze was the King of Hell. They completely forget about that book. They completely ignore that one. Anyway, we find Johnny Blaze married to Roxanne, having kids, his dad's back, he's got a lovely home, but he did suffer a brain injury after a motorcycle accident. But then it's revealed it's all a lie, and it's infested with horrible body horror demons. And Ghost Rider has been trapped in this place for... Johnny Blaze and Ghost Rider have been trapped here, and now Ghost Rider is free and ready to wreak vengeance all across the land. This first volume really just is more setup than anything else. These first 5 issues... The 5th issue is where the story kind of begins. It's kind of like Immortal Hulk. This actually has a lot of a feeling of Immortal Hulk, where Johnny Blaze is just being, used as a meat puppet by the Ghost Rider in order to carry out its mission, kill some demons, and go about it, and then rinse and repeat for the first 5 issues. Now, that's kind of Ghost Rider in here is treated as this big monster coming to get you. And also, I have no idea how Marvel, Ben Percy got away with half the shit in this Ghost Rider book, because this book should be like a Max book. The only things missing is nudity and swearing, which they bleep out, but there is some serious body horror in here. There is some straight up, demonic body horror that is just really hard to look at, and some gore. So, I have no idea how Percy got away with most of this stuff. I can't show you most of it, really. I really genuinely cannot do that. Now, we also get the introduction of a new character named Talia Warroad. And Talia is a sorceress, a young magician who was capable of predicting the bad things in people, but also, she used to work for S.H.I.E.L.D. when it was still around, but then when it dissolved, it went to the FBI. It's very much like another agent in the Wolverine comics that Ben Percy had been doing, who works for the CIA. So we have an FBI agent, and we have a CIA agent working with superpowered beings for their respective bureaus. And it's kind of a cool idea. Also, I don't know if Percy has done FBI or if he was like Marvel's Tom King, where he had done stuff for the government before. I don't know. Maybe something. I'll probably get someone telling me in the comments below. But yeah, it kind of feels like it, especially when I was reading Wolverine. There's a moment in there where I was like, this guy has probably done some shit for the government, and if he hasn't, he's definitely a good Tom Clancy writer. I digress. This comic has got some great action in here. The artwork is pretty gritty and grimy, which again kind of feels apt for the story. And Ghost Rider in here is just meant to scare you. He's not a hero, he's not a good guy, and there's some straight up body horror when it comes to Johnny Blaze turning into Ghost Rider. There's some legit, straight up body horror shit going on in these books. And Ghost Rider, here's the other thing that's pretty creepy. Ghost Rider doesn't transform the same way twice. Every time Johnny becomes the Rider, he turns in different ways, and each way is worse than the last. There's also a thing in here where Johnny talks about, okay, so in the 5th issue, he goes on a race, and there's this great image, and I have to show you, of all these heroes and villains getting on motorcycles and about to do like a wacky races kind of thing from hell. Like, you've probably seen this image, but yeah. You have Rhino, Doctor Doom, all of these characters on a motorcycle race, even Dracula on a motorcycle, about to do this race to have an audience with the devil, who is not the devil, but spoilers, it's Blackheart. But yeah, this, it was kind of, there's some dumb moments, but some fun moments. There's also like a moment where Johnny Blaze talks about, there are people I could go to for help, but they didn't come looking for me at all. Like, where were they when I needed them? And I'm like, you're kind of a loner, dude, and Ghost Rider doesn't exactly, especially your Ghost Rider, doesn't exactly bode well with other people. So yeah, no one came looking for you because no one can know where the fuck they were. Grow up, Johnny. Anyway, all in all, really good book. This is a great, like, Ghost Rider going back to his horror roots. And it feels like Ben Percy is one of these writers, whenever they come out with a new Ghost Rider book, they have very little idea of what the hell to do with him. Here, it's like, Ben Percy was like, I just want to make, like, a scary book with this character again. And by God, you get it. So there you go. So this made me remember how much I loved Ghost Rider. Like, this book reminded me how much I loved and missed Ghost Rider comics. Honestly, it really did. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much my review for Ghost Rider Unchained. Once again, I'd like to thank my good friend Chris for sending me this comic. This was a lot of fun to read. And once again, if you guys have read this book, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.